What up, y'all? I'm your host, the CTB23, and this is another exciting, entertaining, the most influential, the most controversial. It's the hottest channel on YouTube today for boxing. It's the Stepping Back. Check, left hook, make you eat the ring post boxing show. Brought to you by Ricky Hatton's Jaw, and also by my personal fan favorite, these motherfucking balls, biatch. Alright, today we're going to talk about Manny Pacquiao, the legend. You guys use the word legend loosely, and that's cool. But me, if I'm gonna use the word legend, I'm gonna put two words in front of it with quotes, and I'm gonna put so-called for those two words, so-called legend. Let's start off with this. Manny Pacquiao comes up in weight. He fights De La Hoya. Now, De La Hoya came down to 147. De La Hoya's been fighting at 154 for like damn near 10 years. He comes down to 147. No belt. You know why he didn't have a belt? Let's go back. See, Floyd Mayweather took the belt at 154, if you guys remember. Super welterweight, 154. Mayweather beat him at 154 for the belt. Not only that, De La Hoya was coming off of a victory. Okay, coming off of a win. Now, when Manny Pacquiao fought De La Hoya coming down to 147. Not only that, not also being dried up, coming down and a zombie, but he came down to 147. Plus, he had no belt, which means it was pretty much a glorified sparring session, pretty much. Something De La Hoya hasn't done in years. No belt because Mayweather already took it. And he was coming off of a half-ass fight against Steve Forbes. Now, when Mayweather beat De La Hoya, it was nothing. De La Hoya was over the hill. Now, let's not mention De La Hoya was 34 years old when he fought Mayweather. Mayweather was 30. Okay? De La Hoya, fight night, outweighed Mayweather probably about 15 pounds. Fight night. Mayweather came in probably about 150. De La Hoya probably walked into the ring at 160, 165. Let's be real. Mayweather beat him. Now, we're going to go, and when Manny Pacquiao beats De La Hoya, all of a sudden it's something big. It's a big deal. And it is really funny to me. I mean, I got a really good kick and good entertainment out of it. But, I let that one slide. And that's fine. Now, Ricky Hatton. I don't know if you guys remember when Mayweather fought Ricky Hatton, yes, came up to 147 from 140. Mayweather was at 147 already. But let's go back. Mayweather started out at 106. He came up to 147. He came up to 154. Fought at 154. Didn't knock anybody out, but he did come up to 154. Now, Ricky Hatton, on the other hand, and I'm going to make a part 2 or 3 to this video. Ricky Hatton came up to 147, which he walks around at like 180 anyway, because he becomes a big ballooned up fat ass anyway. So actually, that was an advantage for Ricky Hatton coming up to 147. Not only was Ricky Hatton coming up to 147, which is an easier weight to come up for him, because it'd be less pounds that he would have to lose when he's walking around weight, but he was undefeated, which means nobody had beat Ricky Hatton. He had knocked out Costa Zoo. He just beat a lot of fighters. He won 40-something fights. I mean, come on, coming into that fight, undefeated. Matter of fact, that was what the pay-per-view thing said: undefeated. Him versus Floyd Mayweather, they were undefeated. Mayweather knocks his ass out. Now, Mayweather, that was sensational. But let's not forget when Ricky Hatton fought Manny Pacquiao about a year or so later, he came down in weight. So remember, he had fought at 147, and then blew up to 170 or whatever he weighs in his walk-around stages. He came all the way back down to 140 again to fight Ricky Hatton, which Ricky Hatton was coming off of an ass whooping from Mayweather in a half-ass fight in the fight right before Manny Pacquiao. It was a half-ass fight he had. I think it was Vizcaino or whatever his name is. Can't remember. Felt bad. He looked against him. it was that right there shows you that Manny Pacquiao's been making a living off of leftovers. I mean, leftovers taste good too. Don't get me wrong, but I like my food hot and steaming on the plate that night. That's how I like it. But you know, hey, it is what it is. Now, Manny Pacquiao fights De La Hoya. He gets all this credit. He fights Ricky Hatton. He gets all this credit. That's cool, you know. But Manny Pacquiao's been making his career, his fucking name known by fighting a lot of losers like Clottey, who lost to Cotto, who lost to Margarito. He fought him. He fought Margarito. Margarito lost to Shane Mosley. But of course Manny Pacquiao didn't fight Shane Mosley when he was winning, did he? Fuck no, he didn't. He fucking didn't. He fought Shane Mosley coming off that half-ass fight against Sergio Mora and an ass whooping by Floyd Mayweather months prior. That's when he fights Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley been chasing Manny Pacquiao, sleeping outside his house his whole fucking for months. Manny Pacquiao didn't want to talk to him. And when he did want to talk to him, we'll make him come down to 140. That's some bullshit. Make him come down to 142 to fight him. That's some bullshit. It's okay, because you Manny Pacquiao fans are going to pay. You're going to pay. You're going to get yours. Watch. Check this out. So, he fights Margarito, a loser. Got his little thrift store belt. But doesn't want to fight Sergio Martinez. Oh my God. You mean to tell me, hold the fuck up. I don't want to fight him, he's too big. What kind of shit is fucking that? So wait a minute. You mean to tell me, okay, hold the fuck up. You don't want to fight Sergio Martinez because